Up we go to the place where we rest.
Welcome to my girl dream suite, or as Madeline would say, my sexy boudoir.
This is, I'm being totally serious, my favorite room in the house.
It's pretty big, very, very, very comfortable.
I can't believe I'm letting you guys in here even.
This is my bed. It's customed. Tiffany didn't do that one. I did that. I think it's like 9 by something. It's pretty big, very, very, very comfortable. I wanted to be able to come here and just relax. I don't want too many colorful things. I want it to be very, very, very neutral. I think she overdid it on the fancy pillows on the bed. Every day I get into bed, I have to throw all of those off and then put them back on. As often as I should get great sleep in my own bed, because of my kids, I do not. But I love y'all, I really do. This view is really special to me. I love Europe, I love Italy. And so whenever I look out over the balcony, it's a way to say we kind of brought Italy to us here, because growing up, I didn't even know where Italy was. I was never supposed to make it to go see Italy. So now I can wake up in the morning and I get my own little piece of Italy.
So welcome to my girl dream suite. I didn't even know you could get a bed upholstered like this. Feels transportive. It feels like I'm in the best version of the coolest, sexiest hotel. One of my favorite rituals in here, which was really unexpected to me, is just that these are my lights and I get to do this. It's just really sweet. And it's actually a really nice way to end the day. I love this little moment here too, this couch moment. It's vintage. They had it reupholstered in a perfect pink. I've seen something like this in a movie before. Like you can have a bed and a couch in the same room and you can like be drinking coffee, looking outside. This photograph right here is sourced from one of my favorite vintage stores in Kansas City, Urban Mining. I don't know her, but I do think she adds to this whole like paint me like one of your French girls moment.
This is the bedroom. It's a good room for sleeping, you know, even though it's, as you can see, right in the middle of the city. I have a lot of clothes that I've just had for a long time. I have one suit that, I'll show you one interesting suit that I have. So this suit belonged to Christopher Moltisanti from The Sopranos. This is a Giorgio Armani suit that he wore on the show. Well, I wore as him. It's still kind of cool, so. You know, Victoria is very specific about colors and how colors affect mood. So this is a very soothing one. The color and the vibe, there's a glow to it that's very comforting and relaxing. TV's obscured by a screen, so it's not just this big black thing, you know, dominating the room. I watch American Dad a lot. That's my favorite TV show. By far, actually. In this room, there's some more little statues and objects and books. You know, it's nice being surrounded by beautiful things.
So this is my bedroom. All I have ever wanted was a princess bed and a TV in my room, because I didn't have a TV in my room when I was growing up. Boo-hoo me, tiny violin. And the third thing I've always ever wanted was matching curtains to my wallpaper. I don't think it's that princessy, it's cool, do you know what I mean? I didn't go like overboard. Probably one of the bougiest things I bought for this house was a Haston's mattress, but it was well worth the great expense. The carpet, I mean, the carpet is insane. Nothing really goes in this room, but I just didn't want to have something that looked like every other room you see. Maybe it feels like it would be quite loud for like a room when you want to kind of have something that's a bit more peaceful, but actually this room is like a sanctuary. It's very peaceful and very quiet. So I absolutely love it.
This is our room. It's also Velma's room.
Yeah.
She sleeps on the bed most of the time in here.
This wallpaper was one of the first things that we picked for the home. I like that it was like old school American style tattoos. I love that it said True Love Forever. I loved the idea of going full French style, having the drapes match the wallpaper.
I was recording and we were in a studio where a guy pulled out his phone and he changed the lighting in the studio. And I was like, how did you do that? And he got me on to just kind of like customization of a mood. And so now I've got a lot of the house really set on timers that dim lights and change colors of lights because I think it's sweet. And so with a touch of a button, it will change the lighting. I don't touch light switches anymore.
Meanwhile, when you're not here, I'm stumbling around, feeling things, bonking myself on the metal. So that's why I've been really trying to put some round, soft furniture in here.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to touch that light switch.
So we are in our main bedroom / the only bedroom in the house. As someone who travels a lot for work and is, always like on the run, I wanted to kind of come back into what felt like a little cocoon. So we worked with Intel on this insane hand-painted wallpaper. What's really lovely about it is it's like this fabulous naturescape with these burnt oranges and fuchsias in it. And they were really amazing about customizing it. So they put these like hand-embroidered swallows on the wall, and they took the stencil from my husband's tattoo and they embroidered it. So he's always here, and if he's not here, and then my husband always calls me like a little bumblebee and a butterfly. So they put these little tufted bumblebees that you see kind of scattered throughout all the wallpaper. And obviously we have the world's craziest chandelier. It's by Bottega Veneziana. I believe it was much bigger than this. So they scaled the whole thing, hand blew the entire thing in Murano, and a lovely contractor, Scott, was able to put the whole thing up. And at night, the light just dances across the whole room and you feel like you're just kind of in this trippy forest.
This is Luna's bedroom, guys, and how cool is this bedroom? We just kind of gave Jake some vague notes about how we wanted the kids' rooms to look, and when he came back with drawings of like what they were actually going to look like, I was like, this is beyond anyone's wildest dreams of what their bedroom should look like. She has a slide that she goes both up and down.
Yes, mostly up these days.
Yeah.
A little kitchen with her easy bake oven, a little swinging couch. She has a little beautiful nook up here that her and Miles will have little sleepovers in.
1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, this is my room.
Miles loves cars, if you can't tell. The centerpiece is, of course, the Jeep bunk bed. And then Miles has like a cave over here where he can read. And then it has just a whole play area up here too.
There's a little climbing wall in the corner where he can climb up that way to get up on the second little story of his nook and his cave. They love looking down from the net that's up here. And then you can see the kids when they come up on top here.
Jake did a good job.
Jake did a good job, he said.
Right now we are in, and this is, I'm being totally serious, my favorite room in the house. And it was inspired by when we went to Sundance for the film festival, and the kids, they were adults, had a bunk bed room that they were in. And it was not your typical bunk bed. It was big bunk beds that were built into the wall. And I told Anna, when this house was getting built, we must have
one of your other directions.
We have to have a bunk bed room. It has to be the same style. It's young, it brings back
fun
brings back
memories
the memory
of your bunk bed. You didn't have bunk beds growing up.
No, but I read about them. But when I do come here, when you're not here, the couple times I came, I sleep right here. Because look, you're in here. First of all, how cozy is this? Second, look at this here. You put your book, you put your medication, whatever you got. You put your little drink, anything you need there. What?
You have your dirty shoes on the bed.
Okay, sorry, I'm just making a point. Making a point.
Okay, welcome to my bedroom. One big theme that you're gonna notice is I'm a big wall-to-wall girly. I lean into what some may consider a faux pas. I say faux yeah. I wanted this room to feel fucking serene. I also spent a lot of time in hotels, and everyone goes, your room's like a hotel, and I was like, that's on purpose. There's no television here. There are no clothes in here. It is just quiet. This is my pride and joy, this beautiful rattan bed that we found on auction. Sometimes when the light kind of like pours in, you can see all the gorgeous reflection on these like swirls, we'll call it. really, really fab. I sit on this sofa constantly talking to my mom or my grandma or talking shit to my friends and my boyfriend. I also love this table so much. It's Roger Capron. He's a French iconic designer. All of these impressions are done with real foliage and leaves, which brings me profound joy. I want to call out this beautiful sculpture from my friend Alix Vernay. She works in all of these amazing metal castings. It's like so beautiful and stellar the way that she kind of calls on history and speaks to the modern woman. I very much so identify with the way that she sees the world and sees femininity and how to like honor who we are and who we've been and who we're becoming.
So welcome to my guest bedroom. I did this with my mother-in-law in mind because she grew up in Ajmer and I wanted her to remember that. So I have these pomegranates and she can think about her home there. But like this is the guest room where my friends stay or my in-laws stay when they come to Mumbai. I want to talk about this chest. This is basically for a desk. It's a writing chest and I keep it open because it's so beautiful inside and it has this little key that makes a little bell sound which I think is beautiful. But this is just like a showpiece right now which I have in this room and I love it. When we were thinking of designing this house, I remember sending my Masi. It was in an old AD. It was Cher's bedroom. In her bedroom, she had this like beautiful old jharoka as her headboard. And we kind of used that as a focal point of this room and we started with this headboard. And then the rest of the jharoka is to cover my TV because I don't like to see TVs. So we shut it before we go to sleep. So there's a television behind that. My gorgeous dressing table is over here. When my son falls asleep, I quickly have my dinner and I just go into my bed